Hi everyone, thanks for joining us to find out a bit more about the mountain trek we have coming up in November. It's great that you've taken the time to tune in and watch this. I guess we're going to be about half an hour-ish, running through lots of information, lots of pics, all about the trek, what's involved, where we're going, what we're doing, what kit you need, where we'll be staying, costs, what's included in the cost, etc. So I hope you'll find it useful. As I say, we'll be about half an hour or so. So if you want to pause and go and grab a cup of tea before you sit down to watch, that's fine. Yeah, that's all good. I think it's worth me mentioning right at the beginning, I'll probably say it more than once, that I'm much more comfortable on a mountain than I am here on a webinar or a hangout or anything like that. So hopefully the technology gods will be kind to me, but you know, if there's problems or you know, their Wi-Fi plays up or the cat starts purring and jumping all over me or anything like that, I do apologize. It's just the way it goes for me, I guess. Hopefully I come into my own when I'm taking other people out of their comfort zone. So please just appreciate that I'm a little bit out of mine right now. But nonetheless, I think we'll be covering all the information that you would like to know, and it will be useful to you. So that's the most important thing, I guess. So I'm going to swap over to the presentation. I need to just click on a screen share thing here. I think it's worth mentioning that all the pictures that you see in the presentation are from previous treks that we've done. So I hope that's useful to you. They are real life things for you to see. So that's good. There we go. Let's go on to share. And you should now be seeing the presentation. It's the Physical Inspired Metaphors Mountain Trek Retreat. So hopefully that's what you're here to find out a little bit more about, and that's useful to you. So there we go. That's us on the mountain from 2014 now. Gosh. Yeah. So there we go. Let's get on with the presentation and find out a bit more. So first of all, just a weeny bit about me. I'm not going to spend a long time talking about me. But just, you know, why am I here? Why am I qualified to be talking to you about climbing mountains? So as you probably know, I'm Lottie Moore, and I'm here because I'm a multi-award winning entrepreneur and speaker. I have won awards. What awards have I won? Venus Awards, Damsels in Success, Inspirational Women, Mumpreneur, and most recently some coaching awards as well. So that's a little bit about me and my business background, I guess, or what I get up to. I'm the founder of Wish Women, which is an organisation that works with women to build their self-confidence and empower them through taking them on life-changing adventures, whether that's climbing mountains, walking fires, and so on. I'm also kind of out of the comfort zone chief change maker, if you like, at Physical Inspired Metaphors. So I work with the team at PIM who come in and help with other things that are going on, but it's all about taking people out of their comfort zone. So I'm a firewalk facilitator, a sweat lodge keeper, as well as doing the treks and the other adventure experiences. And probably most importantly to you right now is that I've previously project managed African treks. So I've done those both for charity and my businesses, Kilimanjaro and more recently Toubkal. And I've trekked both mountains. So I've got experience of what I'm sitting here talking to you about today, which is probably the most important thing for you to know right now. So where is the trek? Well, we're going to be trekking to the top of Mount Toubkal. There's a picture of the summit there. And that's really keeping your eyes on the prize. You know, when you commit to doing a trek like this, then that's what it's all about. So Toubkal is the highest point of the high Atlas Mountains, which are in Morocco. It's a beautiful range of mountains, and Toubkal is the highest point of North Africa, in fact. So Kilimanjaro is the highest point of Africa altogether. But Toubkal, just a weeny bit lower, comes in there at 4,160 meters. The highest point in North Africa, but it is 100% trekkable. And what I mean by that is that it's walkable. We do it all in our walking boots. There's no dangling from ropes at all involved. We just walk the whole way. So that's what I mean by 100% trekkable, that if you like going out for your Sunday afternoon hike or something like that, then Toubkal is doable by you. You don't need any kind of mountain climbing experience to be able to get to that summit. So a little bit more about our itinerary and what the trip involves. So day one, which is the Saturday, we fly out and we all meet at Marrakesh airport. So you book your flights yourself. What we do is we run a private Facebook group for the trekkers. So quite often we'll all end up on the same flights, or the people that are all going from one area will end up on the same flight. But we do it so you arrange your own flights. We meet in Marrakesh airport, and then we're met by our Moroccan team who transfer us to a Riyadh. We get a chance to meet some of our Moroccan team, trek leader, and we have an afternoon or evening in Marrakesh, so we can hang out in the Riyadh. It should be nice and sunny, can sit in the sunshine. We stay in the old town, so we can go out, have a wander around, have a nice meal in the old town, that kind of idea. And probably quite early to bed then for our first night. Up then the second day, bright and early, have some breakfast, get all our kit packed up, ready to go. And it's about a 2-hour minibus ride into the mountains, and we drive to about 2,000 meters, 2,200 meters, something like that. And then we meet our team of mouliers who will be assisting us on the mountain. So we have a big Moroccan team that go with us to help carry our kit and do our food. And we set off for an afternoon trekking, and that afternoon spent trekking in the mountains, not going particularly much higher, around 2,200 to 2,500 meters. And then we arrive at our lodge for that night. The lodges are all quite nice, basic but nice. So we have basic beds. Most of them have running water, toilets, electricity. So we arrived there for the first night. And then the next day, day 3, is a whole day of trekking in the mountains. Most of the day we're around 2,500 meters. We have lunch in the mountains. And then the last part of that day is a steeper walk up the Kasbah de Toubkal, and then again to a lodge for that night. And then day 4, more walking in the mountains, slowly but surely getting a little bit more altitude, going up gradually through the day to around 3,500 meters. And then that evening we're at the base camp called the Nelta Shelter on Toubkal. I think that's around 3,600 meters, something like that. We spend the night there, roaring fires, and then up bright and early for day 5. It's quite an early start, about 5 hours to get to the summit. So it'll be dark when we head off. It's maybe snow covered on the summit, a little bit steep in places. We're quite opportunity to have to dig deep really to get up to the top. We have our photo opportunity then at the summit and congratulate each other, and then it's time to turn around and come back down again. And when we come back down, we go past the base camp, past Nelta Shelter, a bit further down to a village further down, so that we're quite a long day trekking, day 5. It can be maybe 12 hours or so walking. So quite a long day, but a great sense of elation and achievement having reached that summit. And then day 6 is our last day in the mountains. And the great thing about having had the long day on day 5 is we only have about an hour and a half walking on day 6. And we're picked up by a minibus. We say goodbye to our team, our mountain team, the Moulières, and then back down a couple of hours drive again to Marrakesh. Have an afternoon chilling out in a riad, sitting in the sunshine, lots of mint tea, hurrah, hurrah, before we go out for a lovely celebratory dinner in an old Moroccan palace. And that's all included in the cost. And then day 7 is where your trip as it stands ends. So it could well be that you'll just transfer back to the airport and home you go. Or there's an option we could arrange with our Moroccan team to book your riad for you for quite a reasonable price to stay on for an extra couple of nights, or an extra night if you'd like to. Give the opportunity to maybe go for a massage, a sauna, or just do shopping for your family kind of idea, whichever you'd like, we can arrange that for you. So that's your itinerary for the trip. So the question I get asked all the time is, why climb a mountain? Why do it? Why do it to yourself? Well, to me, I love doing the mountain treks. It's just such a fulfilling experience. And these are just some of the reasons really why you might choose to do it. You know, first of all, it's the physical challenge. A week's trekking like that, particularly that last day and the summit and everything, is quite challenging. So you have to be at a reasonable level of fitness. You don't have to be an ultra runner or whatever, or a triathlete, Ironman, but you need to challenge yourself to be reasonably physically fit. It's also an emotional challenge, to commit to doing something like this, and you have to dig deep sometimes. It's tiring on the mountain, and you often overcoming personal fears and things that are holding you back. So there's that big challenge there as well. It's a great opportunity to meet like-minded people, to connect with those real kindred spirits. This kind of trip doesn't appeal to everybody. So the type of people that will be there, you're going to be making once in a lifetime friendships. For the trip, we run a private Facebook group. Once you've signed up, you've got your deposit page, join in the Facebook group. Gives you the opportunity to get to know your other trekkers before we head off. So you already know a bit more about people. And, when you're spending 4 or 5 days just walking in the mountains with people, the conversations that unfold and come about, they're those meaningful conversations that you don't get from everybody. So, yeah, amazing opportunity to meet kind of like-minded people. And then, of course, you're overcoming your own personal barriers. For me, times I've been taken out of my comfort zone and stepped out of real life for a few days. They're the times that the real magic's happened. I've had a real chance to connect with what's going on deep inside me and really overcome things that are holding me back. And there's a great quote there from Karen, who did the trek with us in 2014. She said to me, since coming back from Toubkal, every time I feel afraid and think, can I really do this? The answer is always, hell yes, I have climbed a mountain. Standing on a mountain summit, the highest point of North Africa, is an amazing way of reminding yourself. It really does help you to go on and overcome barriers in all areas of your life. Walking the mountains like that is also the ultimate mindful experience, because once you get going, after a day or two, you stop worrying so much about what's happened in the past, and you stop thinking too much about what's going to be happening, what you're having for dinner, or what have you got to do tomorrow, what time have you got to be at such and such a meeting, etc. And the only thing you get down to that you really got to worry about is where you're going to put your next footstep. And by that, you're just truly living in the moment. They're in the middle of a beautiful mountain range. It's an incredible experience to allow yourself to let go of those other things in life that are always cramming into your head. And of course, anything like this is the adventure of a lifetime. It's almost like as soon as you sign up that you're going to do it, as soon as you commit to yourself that you're going to do it, you're on a huge adventure. It's so exciting and just an amazing, amazing experience. I cannot tell you how exciting it is to be part of a group of kick-ass people that are going to be heading off to climb or walk, you know, in the mountains. So yeah, they're just a few reasons. I wonder if you have another reason. I'd love to hear it if you do. But yeah, they would be the main reasons for climbing a mountain with PIM, with Physical Inspired Metaphors. You know, that's what we're all about, is creating those life-changing moments. So why go with us? Well, as I've already just said, that's what we're about. But we offer a lot more than lots of other organisations. So, you know, for a start, it's connecting with the like-minded people, and we do that really well because we set up a private Facebook group before the trek. So once your deposit is paid, you go into that private group and you're getting the opportunity to connect with your fellow trekkers and get to know them. So that's, you know, really valuable. We also take small groups. You know, we're not into taking groups of 25, 30 people up a mountain. To me, that's too many. It's not going to create what we're looking to create. We're looking to create tribe and, you know, connect with kindred spirits. We don't want great big groups trekking up this mountain. So it's always small, and therefore we can all support each other. We'll all have different challenges through the journey, and, you know, coming up to the mountain as well as on the mountain. And we encourage every person of the group to be a valuable member of the group and support each other in the different ways as we go. The price also includes a group training day, so there's an opportunity to all get together for a training day prior to the trek. So again, we have an opportunity to meet up, and that's all included in the price. There's also kit advice. We have a UK guide that can help you out with kit, answer any questions, and they also provide reduced cost kit and reduced cost hire kit as well. So if you don't want to go out and spend a fortune on kit, or, you know, whatever, then there's those opportunities. And we have a UK guide as part of the trip as well. So I've touched a little bit there on what's included in the price. So this is just a little bit more of exactly what's included. So the overall cost of the trip is £865. A £200 deposit secures your place. But at the moment, up until the end of March 2016, we're offering an early bird price of just £800. So it's a great opportunity to knock a bit off the cost, is to book before the end of March. And what's included in that price? Well, there's the private Facebook group, as I've always mentioned, so you get the opportunity to meet your trek mates before we head off. There's also a kit training opportunity where we all get together and run through kit, what we need, what we don't need, what you might like to try and what you might not like to try. On top of that, there's also the 17-mile training day with the UK trek leader. That's a great opportunity to find out how your legs, etc., are bearing up. And it hurts. That 17-mile day is very hilly, but it gives us a great opportunity to work out whether we've got what it takes to dig deep and get that done, and, you know, how physically ready you are. It includes your kit discount, so that's 10% off, or at least 10% off kits and kit hire. It includes transfers from the airport in Morocco. So transfers from the airport in Morocco to the riad we'll be staying in Marrakesh. And then your transfers from that riad to the mountain, and then at the other end of the trip back. It includes all your food and drink. It's worth me just mentioning that it doesn't include the dinner on the first night in Marrakesh, so you get dinner there for less than £10, but you will need to buy that yourself. And the water on the mountains, we can take disinfection tablets to sterilise your water, but you might want to buy bottled water. I think in the past we've bought bottled water while we've been out, so it's a couple of pounds a day on bottled water as well. It includes your, sorry about that, go away Apple, can you see that? I wonder if you can see that on your screen share. Stupid thing. There we go. It includes your Moroccan trek leaders and your full Moroccan mountain team. So you can see the guys up the top there, that's the Mouliers. So they carry, oh for goodness sake, can you see that apple thing? Sorry, they carry all the kit, the main kit bag. So every day all we've got to do is carry our day bag, and they carry up our sleeping bags, our bigger things, as well as cooking all our meals for us and looking after us on the mountains. And it also includes your celebratory dinner at the Old Moroccan Palace on the last night in Marrakesh. So I hope that's of interest to you. I'm sure it is. That's an awful lot included for the price. I think you'll agree that it's a bargain. So what other costs might you have? Well, what it doesn't include, so these are things that you'll have to finance yourself as your flights. Roughly £100 return from the UK. So that's a ballpark figure of what it's been the last 2 times I've done it. And what we normally do in the private Facebook group is kind of book all our flights together. So this one we're about to do, there's 4 of us going from quite local, so we're all on the same flights from Gatwick, and then there's other people coming in from Spain, so they've booked their flights separately, and we're all meeting up in Marrakesh. But we managed to arrange all that in the private group so that we've all got a good idea of what flights will be on, so we can all arrive at a similar time. You might need to have travel insurance. Even if you've got a travel insurance policy, maybe with your bank or something like that, you just need to check that out, that it covers you to go up to that altitude. If it doesn't, you can get a travel insurance policy for the week just to cover you. That's £32, £52, something like that. You might need to buy some kit or hire some kit. I'm going to be talking a bit more about the kit in a minute, but that if you haven't got all the kit that you need, you might have some costs there. You need to buy your first night's dinner in Marrakesh, about £10, probably a bit less, and then spending money while you're in Morocco. So it's a society that's very much based on tips, so you might want to have some money for tips, maybe £40, £50, something like that for tips. Your bottled water, maybe a couple of pounds a day or so, and then some souvenirs that you might want to take home. Maybe in Marrakesh, buy some souvenirs or little gifts for your family or something. Maybe around £100, I guess, in spending money is ample. If you want to go for a massage or a hammam or something like that in Marrakesh, you might want a bit more, but yeah, basically that's the rough cost of what you can expect to need money-wise. So where we stay, well, during the trip we stay in different accommodation. So in Marrakesh we'll be staying in Old Town Riyadh. So the riads are all lovely. They have, generally have sun terraces, lovely comfy bedrooms, all done very nicely. It's not a 5-star resort. You're not going to get a swimming pool with a swim-up bar, but they are all high-quality accommodation in the old town and absolutely lovely. Then on the mountain, we're in the bunk houses. So most of the bunk houses have running water. Some have showers. They're flushing toilets and things like that. And then just basic beds, either a basic wooden bed, or you can see in that one it's just mattresses on the floor with pillows and stuff, but good enough really, nice and comfy. Big difference to having to camp. They are lovely to arrive at your bunkhouse at the end of the day, and our Moroccan team cook our dinner for us there, so we have a nice hot meal and a comfy bed. Electricity, all the ones I've stayed in so far have always had electricity in the bedrooms, like plug points, though obviously you can't make any guarantees, but if you did want to charge your phone, a lot of them have phone signal. A lot of them actually in the past have had Wi-Fi. Again, I can't make any guarantees that they would have Wi-Fi. Depends on what ones we're staying in, but they're well serviced little places to stay, so that's great. And then the base camp is a great place to stay, really. So you can see in that picture there that the accommodation is, the bedrooms, it's like one long bunk bed going around the whole room, so bed after bed after bed next to each other, so a huge amount of privacy, but good enough, comfy, nice place to get a good night's sleep. Again, our Moroccan team cook our dinner for us, etc. there, and nice roaring fires in the kind of downstairs room. There's a little shop there, you can get a can of Coke and bar chocolate and stuff like that. So yeah, nice little places to stay, comfortable, much better than being in a tent. And even in base camp, the flushing toilets, basins with running water, stuff like that. So we're well looked after, really well looked after. So what do we eat on the mountain? Well, we have our Moroccan team cooking for us the whole time. So lunches, you can see there up right hand side, Mohammed dishing up some lunch. It's always cooked fresh on the mountain, a really good choice, variety of food. And the team with the mules go on ahead of us and cook our lunch every day. So once we arrive at the spot where we're having lunch, it's all ready to go. We just sit down and eat. Lots of mint tea. Everywhere we go, they give us mint tea. Our muliers are constantly pouring us mint tea. It's yummy. And then snacks on the mountain as well, nuts and dry fruit. You might want to take some power bars or some sucky sweets or something like that with you, but all our food is provided. In the evenings, they cook us a meal similar to that which we have at lunchtime on the mountain. And then breakfast, there's a selection of a hot and cold breakfast as well, tea and coffee, and as I say, mint tea throughout the day. So we're very well looked after with our food. We're able to cater for vegetarians, etc. We just need to know in advance. So yeah, the food is lovely. We eat lots and lots. So your kit. What kit do you need? People ask me about kit quite a lot, and they ask me about the cost, and it's really difficult to say because some people have all the kit they could possibly ever need, and other people have absolutely no kit and need to start from scratch. So it's difficult to say, and there's stuff that you can hire as well, that we have a great relationship with the company that we can get you a discount on the hire stuff if you need to. The most important thing with your kit is that you need to be warm. It needs to be lightweight because the mules have got to carry it up the mountain. So ski gear isn't ideal because it can often be a bit heavier. So warm, lightweight, comfortable, and safe. So if you're a runner, for instance, it might be that you just want to take some running trousers with you rather than paying out for new hiking trousers or something like that. You should really have some walking boots, and your walking boots have to have kind of rigid sole enough to take crampons because we might need crampons on the last night. So a good pair of walking boots, they're probably the most important thing of your kit. You need some waterproofs, waterproof trousers, waterproof jackets, a good base layer. So merino wool is quite common for that, but anything that's you can wear under your kit to keep you warm, and you can also wear it in bed when it gets chilly on the mountain as well. Hats and gloves, so it may well be that you'll need a sun hat and a woolly hat depending on where we are on the mountain. You should have some sportswear, now whether that's, as I say, hiking gear or running gear, whatever, fleeces, trousers, and kind of t-shirts or whatever. The stuff that dries wet quickly, really quick drying stuff is best. Cotton is not great on the mountain because cotton doesn't dry when you're at altitude. So proper sports gear, the lightweight, quick drying stuff, wicking is great. And a water bladder in your day sack is really, I would say, quite important. I mean, I guess you could get by with water bottles, but to me a water bladder is important. You'll also need, now this is stuff that you could either own or you could hire, perhaps, if you would prefer to, walking poles, a day bag, to carry your stuff with you for each day. A good warm sleeping bag, so a 4-season sleeping bag. A down or Primaloft jacket, so that's a really warm jacket for when we get to the top. A head torch and a kit bag or a duffel bag. It's really important that that bag is really good quality and waterproof, because you don't want your kit and everything else getting caught in the rain or snow or whatever, and then everything's wet. So it's got to be a really good quality kit bag. I hire my kit bag. I think that they're great to have in that way. So, but you can do it either way. You can hire or you can buy, borrow off friends, you know, whatever suits you. Different things will suit different people. That's fine. So how fit do you need to be? You need to be pretty fit. It's a big mountain. Now, not to the same level as marathon training where you're out running, you know, every other day or whatever, but you've got to be fairly fit to make it to the top of the mountain. So your training day, as I've already said, is included. That's 17 miles of hills, and it hurts, but it does give people a good opportunity to see if they're fit and ready for the mountain. So for your exercise, for your legs, you're talking about walking. So for the one that we're doing in 3 weeks, people have been out walking maybe once a week or so, doing kind of 8 to 12 mile hikes. You might do some running as well to strengthen your legs. Of course, the important thing is to do your hills. So the walks that we've been doing, been doing a few hills. You might want to just run up and down the stairs a few times or something, you know, to get your legs going. And you also want to be working your core. So great exercise for that is maybe Pilates or yoga, or, you know, doing some planking or something like that. So yeah, that's the kind of fitness that you're looking at committing to. So how do you book? Well, if you've seen this and you're crazy enough to want to come, we'd love to have you. You can book your space now. At the moment, there's a discount, so you can get the early bird price up until the end of March 2016. All you need to do to claim that is pay a £200 deposit, and then the balance becomes due on the 1st of October. It could be that you want to do that now. I'm not sure if, I know that I've got a book now that will click through. So if you're looking at this on your computer, you could try and do the book now. If that's not working on your YouTube, then the link is there. It's physicalinspiredmetaphors.com/event/tukel-mountain-trek. If you go to the Physical Inspired Metaphors website, then you'll be able to find that event and go through the book now process there. As I say, the early bird price is £800, just £800 for everything that I've mentioned. So that's pretty much all-inclusive price. It's just £800. You pay your £200 deposit now, and then you forget about it until the 1st of October. They don't forget about your training and your Facebook group and getting to know everybody, but that's how that works. If you want to leave it till later in the year, or you're watching this later in the year, that's absolutely fine. It's then the price rise to £865. So you just pay your £200 deposit, and then you would pay your £665 balance for the 1st of October. It's simple, really, really simple. You can do that at physicalinspiredmetaphors.com/event/tukel-mountain-trek. But just visit the website physicalinspiredmetaphors.com, and you'll find the event page there. And come and join us. We'd love to have you. It's such an awesome adventure, and you know, every time I do the mountain, it's just a slightly different experience, and yeah, something that is just so exciting to be a part of. So, you know, if you're sitting there thinking, yes, I want to do this, then do it. Just because I want to climb a mountain with you. Awesome. So I hope this has covered everything you needed to know. I'll just come back and say goodbye if I can. You are screen sharing. Oh no, I'm not. There we go. I'm back now, hopefully. Oh, can't see myself there. Anyway, I hope you've seen everything that you needed. There I am. Hope you've seen everything that you needed to. If you still have any questions, then shoot me an email. I'm at lottie@physicalinspiredmetaphors.com, or the Physical Inspired Metaphor website has a contact me form. You can just shoot through a message on that. We'd love to have you as part of the trek. As I've already said, we keep it to small groups. So if you're sitting there thinking about it, don't leave it too late, because we'd love to have you as part of the group. And once we hit on those maximum numbers, that's it. We just close the booking. So don't miss out. Book your spot just with that little deposit, and then you'll see me in the Facebook group. And that will be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. And then, as I say, any more questions, lottie@physicalinspiredmetaphors.com. I hope this has helped anyway, and I hope to see you on the mountain. But right now I'm going to say goodbye, and yeah, hopefully see you soon. Bye.